Today we're going to look at tarot card secrets for beginners. Welcome to the Absolute Tarot channel. I'm CaraSeen, your hostess, and today we're going to be looking at tarot card secrets for beginners. Ooh, we're going to find out some secrets, some hints, some tips, some tricks, some goodies, all kinds of little stuff that's going to help out the beginner reader. Now, as always, I like to give a little bit of kudos, a little bit of thank you. Now, this is an article that I found on the internet. I always like to do research and to have some fun research when it comes to my videos. This one's by Anna Borges. She worked with tarot nerds and she worked with anonymous readers who provided intel and anecdotes for her post, for her article. So with little kudos there, I want to give a little, in my description down below is a link to this article. And I just want to say thank you so very much. It's awesome. So let's jump right in here and have some fun. Number one, let's just get the first one out of the way, that the death card is not bad. I promise you. For some reason, whenever tarot is showing on TV and the movies, it's got this like ominous music, all this bad thing is happening. They're like, oh, the reader's just like, oh my gosh, like you're going to die in 24 hours. Oh my God. But no, the death card can actually be quite hopeful. It's a positive card. It signifies new beginnings, transformations, rebirth. So please do not fear the death card. Number two, in fact, there aren't good cards or bad cards. It's all about the context. For example, the Three of Swords. The best of us look at it like kind of nervously and kind of go, oh crap. But top of representing loss, heartbreak, sorrow, sadness, it's also a card of release. It's a card of getting in touch with your emotions. It's a card of healing as well and working through that. So not all cards are bad. Number three, tarot readers equals psychic or medium. No, it does not. There are some amazing readers out there that are not mediums, are not psychic, have no natural gifts. They are just incredibly gifted readers. But taking the time to learn also takes years of practice. No matter if you're a psychic, a natural reader, or an intuitive reader, it takes years, it takes time. Number four, there is no type of person who reads the tarot. Don't stereotype us. We come in all genders, ages. We all have day jobs. We all have lifestyles. And one thing we all have in common is that we love consulting the cards. We're not gypsies in a tent with hat and a ball and psychicness and a perfectly round table where you sit across and like tapestries all the way around you, which I would really love to be in something like that. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Oh my God, I would totally love that. To see that would seem so old school, but that's stereotyping, Cara. We can't do that. So no, there's no type of person who reads a tarot. There are so many different types and souls and walks of life out there, and like I said, we all have one thing in common: the love of tarot. Despite what misconceptions you may have, reading tarot requires a lot of study and skill. It's not as simple as memorizing all the 78 cards times 2, because you got to remember the reversed as well. Familiarizing, developing a relationship with the cards and their possible interpretation can take absolutely years of practice. So even to the most psychic of reader, a psychic reader sometimes cannot even compare to someone who can pick up the cards and learn them through the symbols intuitively and naturally. You cannot compare one reader to another. Each one is going to bring something different to the table. Now, number 6 gives me that with that said, some readers have a special knack for it, kind of like how some are natural musicians or artists. Yes, there's a lot of study, there's a lot of practice involved, but sometimes you just, you just got it, and the people can just flow and just, it's off the cuff. It's never too late to start learning number 7. Tarot can seem really daunting as a beginner, but if you're interested, just do it. Plenty of people do it and have fun. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter getting a late start. It's just still being able to become a talented reader and enjoy yourself while doing it. So have some fun, jump right in, study away, read away, buy 2-3 decks, have some fun with them, and just start practicing. Doesn't matter what age you are. Number 8, you do not need to be gifted a deck to get started, despite any superstitions you may have heard or any rituals, anything you may have heard. I have covered this topic a few times in my past videos, and the thing is, what if you don't have any friends that read tarot or know that you read tarot or know that you like tarot? Maybe you want to keep it quiet. Maybe you just want to study for yourself first and read for yourself. Maybe your family doesn't care for it. There's so many different things that could hinder someone giving you a tarot deck. And I believe the tarot deck, your first one, you're going to be drawn to it. You'll know. It'll pick you. Trust me. At a sea of tarot decks in a metaphysical shop, I have fallen in love many times, my friends. Many, many times. They jump out and pick you. You will know which one resonates for you. Pick something that's going to have an elaborate of colors, symbols, people on them, backgrounds, things that you can really draw out a really cool story with and resonate yourself with as well. So again, you do not need to be gifted the deck. I would suggest buy your first deck yourself. Buy the first 3, 4, 5, 100 decks. That's okay. Buy your first deck, and trust me, you will bond with that deck better than anyone that's ever been gifted to you. Number 9, it's an incredibly useful tool for self-care and self-reflection. Now, asking the cards for yourself can just be an excuse to set aside some time for yourself, with yourself, to work through any struggles, problems, situations. For some of us, it's even a source of meditation. I love my daily morning card pull. I have a small meditation with it. I sit for 10 minutes. I ponder on it. I reflect on it. Now, if it's a deck a new deck I'm using, I look at it. And then I will close my eyes and I will see with my mind's eye things that I cannot. And I will pull out things from the cards that I could use in readings, use to make sense for myself, relate with my experiences with things that I can connect with in the cards. So I really find that it's a really great tool for self-morning reflection for myself anyway. And number 10, it's also a fun way to tap into your intuitive abilities, imagination, and creativity. Listen, sometimes the world could be a shit show. Infusing with a little bit of magic goes a long way and making everything seem to be a little bit more okay. A little bit of magic in your life could just feel good. A little bit of the unknown, a little bit hearing what the cards have to say, what spirit is talking to you, through the cards. It's just fun. Just let it be, and it is what it is. And number 11, this is probably my favorite one of this list, is tarot can help you make decisions, but it doesn't necessarily make choices for you. Instead, it serves as like a compass to guide you to a choice that feels right. You can look at options and you can make your own decisions that way. Sometimes the answer to your question lies in how you choose to interpret the cards. They'll help you clarify what is basically your gut is trying to tell you. Sometimes cards can just be like a validation. It's kind of like, I was right. Okay. You know, and that is absolutely cool if you need to use the cards that way as well. Number 12, the cards don't straight up tell the future. They lay out possibilities, sure, but in the end, you're the one in charge. So no, we can't tell you the name of the person you're going to marry. We can't tell you if your girlfriend is cheating on you. So you want to keep an open-ended questions when asking the cards. And the cards are not fortune telling, like I said in the number 11. They're more like helping you, guide you like a compass. Number 13, there is no right way to read the cards. Every tarot card reader is going to be different. You cannot compare one tarot card reader to another. No two readers will be exactly the same, and you too can develop your own technique as well. Number 14. In fact, there are very few rules about reading tarot. So follow your intuition, personalize your interpretations, make up your own spreads, design your own decks, design your own way of reading, go wild, go nuts. Your imagination is the limit. The only thing we really care about is that no harm is done when reading for other people. The American Tarot Association even has a code of ethics that you can look up as well. That is American Tarot Association. And there you can print off, put it up in your office, have that up there, and rock that out too. But again, other than that, there really is no rules, and just as long as you're having fun, you're putting love and light into it, have a good time. And number 15, the more specific question you ask, the better reading you will get. I know it can be really tempting to say, hey tarot cards, hey spirit, tell me about my career, or give me a general read. But given the cards can be read in so many different ways, it's best to ask a specific question and set some parameters. And there you're going to have a better reading for sure. Number 16, some of us do it professionally. So don't go around calling it a party trick or asking for free readings. Plenty of professional readers do happily give free readings for practice or out of love, but don't feel entitled to it just because your friend is a professional reader. Wait for us to offer. Don't ask and don't push. Number 17, on that note, we read cards, not minds. So don't play trick the reader if you want to have a positive experience. You will get what you give in the reading. So if you're busy trying to prove we're fakes or scammers by giving us vague or misleading, you're going to get an unhelpful reading. And you're probably going to annoy the crap out of your reader. On the flip side, if you're open to communicative about what you want to know, we can actually give you some cool insight. So just a little side note, don't waste your time. Don't waste their time, and don't waste your money and try to play trick the reader. Number 18, for many of us, tarot is a personal thing and we do it for ourselves or loved ones. We may not even bring out the cards very often. My friend in high school, her mother would bring out the cards once a year for you on your birthday. She believed you only should have a reading once a year, no more, no less. So sometimes it's enriching and entertaining, even if we're not making any money off of it. But it's fun, and it is a loving process for some of us, and it's a self-reflection. Number 19. Oof, we've covered this one before. Whether you're reading for yourself or getting a reading, only ask a question you are prepared to hear the answer, because the cards will tell you straight up. The cards don't sugarcoat things. You might wind up grappling at things you didn't really want to hear, but also don't shoot the messenger. If someone else is reading your cards for you, don't look poorly upon them, especially if they're in a social media and that is their business. Or if they're a creator on a YouTube platform and someone gives a thumbs down, you know what? They are only reading the cards that Spirit provided them for you. And like I said, don't shoot the messenger. Number 20. No reading is going to be 100% accurate. We're human after all. Tarot isn't a science. Having an off reading doesn't mean you're a total fraud. Okay? It doesn't mean you've made any mistakes or that your friend is going to hate you. And having a terrible reading doesn't necessarily mean you're doomed to have misery that is predicted. We all have it up to our experiences, interpretations as a reader. Sometimes we can make mistakes, or sometimes free will can change those things that we saw that was happening in the cards. So there can be a lot of factors that can change a reading. So not all readings are bad. Number 21. If a reading doesn't resonate with you, it's worth remembering anyway. Really. It could wind up being very irrelevant before you know it. So that's why a lot of people have tarot notebooks, a little tarot journal to record the readings so they can refer back to them as the time has passed. It probably would make more sense later on than it did at the present time of the reading. So it's nice to keep notes. Digital recording works just as well too. And last but not least, number 22. When it comes to tarot, we pretty much never graduate from being students. There's always something new to learn and discover in tarot. I've been reading tarot over 25 years, and I still see something new in the cards every time I read. We especially love learning from each other, getting insight, interpretations from other readers. It helps us grow and expand, and helps us own our own practice. If there's any secrets or tips that you thought that I missed, please put down in the comments down below. And I'm glad you enjoyed hanging out with me today, as I have totally enjoyed hanging out with you. Throw me down in the comments also down below where you're from. I'm sending hello back from Canada. And anyway, thanks for chilling out with me today. As always, it is a pleasure.